What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Deadpool and Wolverine figures. So we have 3 figures released from the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. So really cool to have these. Of course, the movie came out back during the summer, but has more recently been released on digital and streaming and DVD and all that sort of stuff. So they've released the figures just in time for that. So first off, we got Deadpool, which looks really cool. So we had a nice Deadpool. I think I'll try and compare it to old figures if we still have them. I know we did clear out a bunch of our MCU figures and like movie figures. So I'm not sure what we have left or not. So whatever we find, I'll show you comparison if I can, but Deadpool just looks cool here, just with the red and black design. Of course, the MCU design with all textured suit like they do, so looks pretty good for Deadpool there. Then we also have Wolverine, really cool to have Hugh Jackman in the classic blue and yellow Wolverine outfit. Of course, the outfit's not perfect for that, but you know, it's the blue and yellow, so that's all I care about. Looks really good, and of course, that face portrait looks amazing. And then finally, I love this box because it's labeled as Headpool, so like Headpool's the draw of this, which is the whole reason we got it, but I love how it all says with Logan, so we get Logan there as well, which, you know, he's the big figure, the main thing shown in this box, but I love how it's Headpool but with Logan, so that's pretty fun as well. So we get him. Of course, we just see him like that when he first appears in the movie. So those 3 figures look pretty cool from the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. But of course, also that came out recently for us is the Colossus as well from the Deadpool movies. So the older Fox movies of Deadpool looks pretty cool for the Colossus as we see in the movies. And of course, he played a very minor part in Deadpool and Wolverine, so he was in that as well. So just cool to get him. We get like the rule book for Xavier School and stuff. So just a lot of coolness. So we'll take a look at Colossus as well with these figures. So I'm excited to check these 4 figures out. So let me get them open out of the box and we'll take a look at them together. So we're going to start off with Deadpool, who of course is Wade Wilson. I'm not going to go through all the little details of him, but just go through the power. So of course he has superhuman strength, speed, durability, agility, and reflexes, as well as a regenerative healing factor. So that's what allows him to withstand all the damage that he goes through fighting against Wolverine. But he looks cool here. Of course, just looks like Deadpool, but I do like that they brighten up the colors, making it a much brighter red. And overall, just looks very similar to the figures we've already had before. As I mentioned, we did get rid of most of our movie figures, but I did have the old Deadpool. I have Wolverine we can look at and stuff. So I do have some figures we can look at here, but overall just looks pretty good and decent. You know, how he appeared in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, like I said, with that brighter red costume, looks really nice. So it looks pretty good. I love the black around the eyes with the little white eyes in there, the little like point at the back of his head where the little hood piece is there, then the black and red outfit running through. Love the little gold details as well. I didn't pay much attention like if he actually has those in the movies, I would assume, but just love the little gold details, the strap that goes up and around with the little shoulder piece there, with the sheaths to hold the swords on there, so we can obviously store the swords on his back. Has a belt around the waist with all sorts of pockets, little Deadpool logo there for the belt buckle. Has some thigh holsters on there, which love that they're built in, so don't have to worry about them falling down or anything. Black gloves on his hands with some gold on them as well. Then black and red again down the legs all the way to the boots. We get black boots with some red details on the front. Get a knife sheath here on the right side as well. Just looks pretty decent overall. I love how the figure is also like skinny, so it kind of works for Deadpool. Makes him a nice thinner figure compared to what we see most of the time, but looks good overall for Deadpool. Now move-wise, we get that'll twist all the way around. You can look down that far and up that far. So it is just on a dumbbell joint, but it has pretty good range with the way it's designed there. So really good range with the head for that. Then we get the shoulders that do come up to 90 with the butterfly back and forth, and we'll rotate all the way around. We get the bicep twist and the double elbow joint. That'll bend all the way up on itself there. So really good. Wrist will twist around and have the hinge, should have a back and forth there. Then we go to the ab crunch. We can see that cutout. He'll crunch forward, crunch back. Of course, hard with all the straps and everything going on, so you kind of got to get it moved without it, so it'll crunch back and forth. And then he'll also twist around at the waist, so just under the belt section there, he'll twist around. Then we go down to the hips. That'll come up towards 90 and out to the side. Can go that far. I wish it'd go farther for the splits, but it doesn't. Then we get a thigh twist, so just under the straps for the thigh there can twist around. The double knee joint, that'll bend up that far to the back. Pretty good there. Can't go all the way, but not bad. Then we go down to the foot. That'll rock back and forth and twist side to side. So pretty good range of movement. It's nice, good range. It's nice with the pinless joints. All of them were pretty loose, nothing real stiff or anything. So it works out pretty good overall for the figure. Now he does get a number of accessories. So first he gets an extra set of hands, which we will switch out and stuff. We get hands with trigger fingers, so he just has normal standard grip hands. We get hands with trigger fingers, so we can give him some guns. Then go into his weapons. First we get baby knife, so his little knife there that he uses in the movie looks pretty nice. Obviously we put this into his hand, but I'll just stick it down in the sheath down on his leg there, so it'll just slide nice and easy in there. So there's baby knife. He also comes with 2 katanas, so we can put these in his hands. So there he's got the 2 katanas, but we can just go and take them out of his hands and store them on his back. So they'll just store in the sheath on the back there, which is really nice. And then we can switch out his hands to give him guns. So he also comes with 2 pistols as well, which are pretty nice. Now it'd be nice if he had the gold pistols that he got at the end of the movie from Nice Pool, but unfortunately they just gave us the normal black ones, so we can put these in his hand. So we can give him those pistols, and those hands do have hinges up and down, so we get nice flexibility, and you can even sort of have like he's drawing the pistols out of the holsters there on his thigh. So that all works out and looks pretty cool there. So awesome, nice that we get the weapons. I actually get guns with him this time because the past ones didn't. Well, they sort of did. I'll show you in a second. But overall, just nice, good range. Love the body design, love the colors, just everything about it from the movie is really nice. And as I mentioned, we do have that older figure. So this was from the Deadpool movies, and I'm not sure if which one, if they even did different ones from 1 and 2. I don't know which one it is. It's just from those first 2 Deadpool movies. So you can see they lightened up the colors, changed up the costume quite a bit, although still has a lot of the same details, just switched it up. So that's pretty nice. And as I said, this one, they came with pistols technically, but they're molded into the holster, so you can't take them out at all. So he only really came with the swords and the knife and stuff. So that's unfortunate, but at least this new one, they remedied it by allowing us to actually have guns with it as well. So overall, pretty nice to add this Deadpool to our collection. Like I said, we don't really do too many movie figures anymore, but we thought the Deadpool Wolverine figures were pretty cool, so wanted to add them to the collection. And next up, we have Wolverine, who of course is Logan, and he's considered the worst Wolverine, at least this one specifically from the movie. Now, he has superhuman strength, durability, and reflexes, as well as enhanced senses and regenerative healing factor, and because of that, he also has longevity. So he looks cool here. Again, love this, that we actually got him in the blue and yellow design. Love that they finally did that in the movies, and looked pretty cool. Like I said, it's not perfect, doesn't look exactly like the comic version, but you know, that MCUized version of the comic suit is really cool, so absolutely love this. Of course, I have him here. I came in the box with the head already on, so he has the fully masked head, but we do get the extra head I'll show you. But we do get the head with the classic black fins to the side. Again, the MCU versions where it's got all the texture. I don't know if it'll show it there too well, but you can see all the texture running all the way through it, even on the head there. And then we, of course, get part of Hugh Jackman's face there, but we'll see it much better. Then we get the outfit again, mostly all yellow, but has blue, so up on the shoulders, on the midsections, trying to give those little tiger stripe designs. X logo there on the belt, blue shoulder pads and blue gloves with, of course, claws coming out of them. So he has adamantium claws, a little bit of blues on thighs, but a lot of yellow there, and then blue boots there on his feet. So love that they threw him in the X-Men outfit design for once, like I said, compared to the old ones where they always in like black leather and everything. Nice to have him in the bright, colorful suits. Now for movements, we get his head that'll twist all the way around. Can look down that far and up that far, so not nearly as good a range as Deadpool had, but not terrible. Then we get the shoulders that do come up, and unfortunately with the way it's designed, the like shoulder pads attached on here, so you can only go that far. So unfortunately it doesn't even go up to 90, and then it does have a butterfly joint, so we'll move back and forth a little there, and can rotate all the way around. Then we get the bicep twist and the double elbow. Now his with the pinless joint was pretty stiff, but can bend up that far, which is nice. The wrist will twist all the way around and hinge back and forth. We go to the ab crunch, so you can see that cutout in there. So crunch forward and crunch back. So pretty decent crunching, good range for both directions there. Twist all the way around at the waist, so just under the belt. The hips will come up to 90 and out to the side. Thigh twist all the way around. The double knee joint that'll bend up that far to the back, kicking himself in the butt, and then down to the foot will rock back and forth and twist side to side. So pretty decent range, not the best overall, but pretty good for what he's got. Now, unfortunately, Deadpool was the same way, and Wolverine seems worse. Of course, you can see how far the hips stick out to the side, but they seem very, I want to say, hippie. Like, they look kind of awkward in the midsection or like lower section here around the hips and crotch area. It just looks like they're really awkward. I don't know how to explain it, like almost like they have their pants up really high, or just something looks awkward about them, like they have the little diaper design. It just looks pretty awkward. Now overall, I love the suit design and stuff. It's just like I said, in those crotch areas on both him and Deadpool, they look a little awkward. But for accessories, we do get the extra head to switch out, so we have the unmasked head of Hugh Jackman there. I love how his hair is sort of putting up to the like points to the side, but mostly in the front there. But just the likeness looks really good, and he has the beard design, you know, where the thicker sideburns coming down, then shaved, but with some stubble growing back in on the lip and there on the chin and stuff. We can switch this out. So there's that head, and again with that, looks really good. They did an amazing job getting the likeness there of Hugh Jackman, really amazing, which of course having him in a recent movie, they could easily, you know, get him scanned and stuff for his likeness and do a really good job getting the accuracy, because that looks really good. And then we also get a set of gloves, so if you don't want to have the claw hands, you do get the gloved hands, one in a fist, one with a grip hand, if you want to give him anything. But that's all the accessories he comes with. But I do want to show likenesses. So we do have this old Wolverine. Again, don't have too many movie figures left, but I do have this one. So I just wanted to show just you can see the improvement of the face printing. I still thought these looked really good. Like they're not perfect and obviously not nearly as good as this, but I still thought they were pretty good, at least the ones that came with this. So there's that face there. And then this one also came with an angry face. So I wanted to show this because I thought it was pretty good, like a nice angry face for Hugh Jackman there. So again, just wanted to show though how even I thought these looked really good, having these new ones look amazing as well. So just wanted to show that off. But overall, really nice to get Wolverine in the blue and yellow design. To me, that was overall the best part of the movie, of having Wolverine in it and him wearing a more comic accurate costume. So just really like having this, and just with that great likeness, they did a really good job. And our last Deadpool and Wolverine movie figure, of course, we have the Wolverine. Again, mostly the reason we wanted this was for Headpool, because love having Headpool, especially the movie version, which you could use as a comic one, just be more detailed, like more modern day look. But we have Headpool, which is a zombified head of Deadpool that flies with the use of a propeller hat and is a member of the Deadpool Corps, so looks pretty good. So we have an old skeletonized head of Deadpool there. We stop his mask part that's sort of falling apart. We see his crazy eyes, and again, that propeller hat that would spin around to allow him to fly. It can spin a little there, of course, not too loose or anything. And it's nice that it's on a clear stand, so we have it sort of flying around. So that's pretty fun that it was included in the movie and that we got with the figure. And again, love how the box is designated as Headpool, even though it's just a small little thing compared to the Wolverine that we get with it as well. So again, we have Wolverine, how Deadpool first finds him in the bar, so before we see him in his costume or anything. Now, of course, they do sort of ruin it with the figure. Looks good overall, looks like the Wolverines we've had, the basic suited Wolverines, or rather the civilian clothes ones, but have the details of his costume. Like Deadpool grabs onto his shirt, and we don't see it in the movie, but he does signify that he's seen the costume underneath. But they have the shirt open, you can see he's got a tank top and stuff on, so it kind of ruins it there. But again, we get the good likeness of Hugh Jackman there in the face, just a little bit more angry looking face to it. Again, has the hair sort of spiked up there. But then we get his outfit, so he has this gray jacket on over top. We can see his gloves sticking out of his hands there, so the yellow and blue gloves. Then we get like a flannel shirt underneath with a tank top, so we have that shirt wise. And then going down, we do have some tan pants. They're all kind of wrinkly though, they look kind of weird that he's got that on there. And then we see the blue boots that were matching with that yellow and blue outfit as well. Again, hallmarks of showing that he's wearing the suit, but they just kind of ruin in the chest section there. And then of course he's got the claw hands already on him there, so we left that on. So movements for this figure, we get that'll twist all the way around, can look down that far and up that far. Again, not as good as movements as that Deadpool, but not bad. The shoulders will come up to 90, and we do have a butterfly joint in there. And of course, they'll rotate around as well. Get the bicep twist and the double elbow. Again, his was pretty stiff, but we can get the bend that far, which is really nice. We get the wrist that'll twist all the way around, and then it can flex back and forth there. Then we go to the ab crunch, so it's kind of hidden under the jacket, so we can crunch forward. Of course, crunch back is going to be harder with that jacket, but can crunch back and forth. Twist around at the waist above the belt. The hips will come up to 90 and out to the side. Thigh twist all the way around. The double knee joint that'll bend up that far to the back. He can kick himself in the butt, and as you notice, he's got pinned knees there. Then we go down to the foot that'll rock back and forth. A little bit hard with the pant design and all that, but can rock back and forth and twist side to side. So pretty decent movements. Not the best, but obviously he's wearing, all the clothes and stuff interfering with his movements, so kind of expected. And the only other accessory comes if you want to include Headpool, we have that, but he also comes with a set of just normal fist hands without gloves or anything and no claws. So if you don't want to have claws, that is an option as well. So again, pretty decent for this Logan. I don't really care too much for it, but obviously we just got it because it specifically came with Headpool. So Headpool was the draw for this pack, but it's cool just to get this version of Logan, like the likeness. So we have that, and could use this body if we wanted for some other figure. I don't know what it'd be, but we probably have to mess with the jacket, switch out the feet. You'd have to do some customizing on it to turn it into another character or just use it as a basic form or something. Not exactly sure, but I'm sure you could find something to use with it, but still a cool set, but mostly for the Headpool. And that finally brings us to Colossus. So awesome to finally get the movie version of Colossus in a figure form. But he is Pyotr Rasputin, and he's a member of the X-Men that attempts to get Deadpool to join the X-Men. But he ends up assisting Wade, along with his student of Negasonic Teenage Warhead, to help save Vanessa from Ajax in the first Deadpool movie. Now for Colossus' powers, he has the ability to transform his entire body into metal, which gives him superhuman strength and durability. And he looks cool here. I liked him in the movie. He's pretty funny and stuff with his dry sense of humor, but I love his segmented body with all metal there. We see it on his face and down his arms. Of course, we never see him in human form in the movies at all. Now, of course, I'm talking about specifically the Deadpool movies, but like that he's got the vest on. It kind of has sort of the X design, but again, going with the old X-Men where he's wearing a lot of black leather and everything, so that's what he's got here. Has the X logo on his belt though as well, which is nice. And again, love just the black and red thrown in there. Then he's got the black pants that have like tactical pants, so it has some pockets going down a little bit baggy, all the way to the boots there on his feet in black. So love that, you know, having little zippers and straps and everything. Just nice little details all over for the boot design there, and just looks really cool overall. So I always love Colossus just normally, and having him in this form is awesome as well. But for moments, we had his head that'll twist all the way around. You can look down that far and up that far, so we had a hinge in there, so he's got pretty good range. Then we get the shoulders that come up to 90, and then we'll rotate all the way around. Oh, and they also do have like a butterfly. It doesn't really move too much, but it is like a butterfly sort of thing that will move back and forth just a little, so it's kind of like an extra little cup in there or something around it. Then we get the bicep twist and the double elbow. Stiff once again, but can bend up that far, so really good, especially for a big arm like that. Wrist will twist around and hinge back and forth. Then we get his ab crunch. You can see that little cutout there. Probably, yeah, it won't crunch too much more back than forward, but a little bit there. And twist around at the waist. The hips will come up to 90, out to the side. Thigh twist, a little stiff here, but it'll twist all the way around. The double knee joint, that'll bend up that far to the back, not too far from kicking his butt. Shin twist at the top of the boot, and the foot will flex back and forth and twist side to side. So pretty decent movements. Again, a big muscular guy like this. Not surprised that he doesn't have the best range, but I am surprised with how much range he does have. So that's pretty nice overall. And for accessories, we do get an extra head. So we get an angry head. So if we want to have him fighting, we have that option. We also get some extra hands. So he has 2 fist hands. So we have like loose grip hands, or whatever you call them. Like for him, they'd be grip hands, but you don't really hold a whole lot too much. But we get his hand design with that, which we can use for the book that we get. So we get like the X-Men rule book. So there it is. It says Mutatis Mutandis. I don't know what that means exactly, but it's a nice rule book. So it says rule 1, no killing anyone ever, and rule 2 is label everything in the refrigerator. And of course, it's hard to see. I try to zoom in for it, but it's just really hard to read even in person. It's just so small, and the wording isn't that clear. But just his rule book that he's reading to Deadpool about the rules of being a part of the X-Men. And like I said, we can take his hand and like put it in there like he's reading it. So there we can have Colossus reading the book. So that is pretty cool that he has the hands to be able to hold that and everything, and that it comes with that rule book, because that's a pretty fun scene from the movies. So overall, nice to add this Colossus into our collection. Of course, he's a big figure, so when I bring in all of our figures here at the end, you'll see how big he is, but just a nice addition to the collection. So that's going to be it for our figures from the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Of course, we got our 3 figures from that movie specifically of Deadpool, Wolverine, and then the Logan with Headpool, and then throwing the Colossus in there as well from the Deadpool movies. So really nice design and look overall. The figures are pretty decent, you know, they have really good range and all that, but the figures are so-so. I'm not like too crazy or like super excited or whatever for the like MCU movie designs, but really think like the Deadpool and Wolverine look good. You know, I love both of those. Like if they're going to appear in the movies, that's how I want them to appear. So really nice. Deadpool's awesome. The extra Logan's just okay. Don't care too much. Colossus is awesome as well. And of course, they've made other figures. You can make like a whole Deadpool movie like universe of figures. The only other one we could find was Cable, so we can throw Cable in there as well. I'm disappointed he wasn't in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. But still, for these figures specifically, all pretty cool, nice and well designed, representing the movie forms. So let me know what you thought of these figures down in the comments. And if you enjoyed my review, let me know what that like. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to see more. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.